morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the day's support, resistance and pivot levels, the Fibonacci's and the EMAs. It is Thursday the 2nd of December. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the morning. We're going to see Bitcoin move through the pivot at 57,600 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 58,695. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Bitcoin to break out from 58,500. So barring an extended rally, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 59,055 to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 61,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 6150. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level of 56,145 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, Bitcoin should avoid sub 55. Second major support level of 55,050 should limit the downside. Looking at the EMAs, 50 narrowing on the 200 and the 100 marginally, but no signs of a bearish cross as yet. 100 is flat on the 200, however, so going to need to see a narrowing there to support a bullish cross. So key through the early morning would be to move through the pivot at 57,600 and break back through to 58,500 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, support levels will be in play. Looking at Ethereum against US dollar, it's been a mixed morning. Going to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 4633 to take a run at the first major resistance level of 4739. Plenty of support going to be needed for Ethereum to return to 4700 levels. So barring an extended rally, that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 4785 should cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target its all-time high 4868 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 4890. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 4481 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 4300 levels. Second major support level at 4375 should limit the downside. Looking at the EMAs, 50s pulled away marginally from the 100 and the 200, with the 100 also pulling away from the 200, suggesting some upside. So key through the early part of the day would be for Ethereum to break through the pivot at 4633 and return to 4700 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will come into play. Looking at Litecoin against US dollar, mixed morning. Going to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 211 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 216. Support will be needed for Litecoin to break out from 215 levels. So barring an extended rally, that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 217.97 should cap the upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target the second major resistance level and 38.2% fib, both at 223. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 204 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 200. Second major support level sits at 198. Looking at the EMAs, 50 has pulled away marginally from the 100 and the 200. 100 is flat on the 200, however. So key through the early part of the day, you're going to need to see the 100 move closer and narrow on the 200 to support a bullish cross and support a breakout day. So key would be to move through the pivot at 211, break back through to 215 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, support levels will be in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, bearish morning. Going to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 9966 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.0123. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ripple's XRP to break back through to ones. So barring an extended rally, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.0178 to cap the upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 38.2% fib at 1.0659 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.0335. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 0.9754 back into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.95s. Second major support level at 9597 should limit the downside. Looking at the EMAs, 50 has pulled back from the 200 and narrowing on the 100. So look out for a further narrowing there that would bring a bearish cross into play. So key would be to move through the pivot at 9966 and back through to 1.0 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will remain in play.